okay, so I'm gonna tell this story because Liz is in the store right now and she left her phone, so got it. Anyway, so Liz is doing laundry in town. I'm on the way home from work, and she messages and says, you know, that the truck was acting kind of funny. Can I come to the laundromat and meet her and get the kids and yada yada yada? Sure, no problem. So when I get there, she finishes laundry. I load up the Tahoe and she fires the truck up. Said, "Does it sound weird?" I said, "Yeah, but no. It kind of always sounds kind of gargly. There's no mufflers on the truck, so nothing really caught my attention too bad. Except, you know, I got Kingsley in the passenger seat, Kieran's in the back. She's got Zion and Omega, and we are on our road home, on our road, and this white smoke starts billowing out from underneath the truck. All right, and if you know cars, white smoke many times without the blue tint, you know, it's like a water or coolant. Truck's overheating. So the first thing I thought was that the truck's overheating. Truck's been great, right? But the truck's overheating, and sure enough, when cars overheat, they lose power, and she had to pull off the road into a driveway, and you know, fortunately, there was a volunteer firefighter. Here she comes. I'm in trouble. I got her phone. I'm in trouble. Am I in trouble? She gave me a look. I'm in trouble. Anyway, so there was a volunteer firefighter, and he pulled over and
whipped over.
He whipped over. Yes, he busted a U-turn on a 2-lane road and came and pretty much ran to the truck because he thought the battery was on fire. It wasn't the battery. Anybody that's ever owned like an 80s or I'm sorry 90s Ford F-150, I don't know why they had an aluminum radiator with plastic end caps. So the plastic cap, the plastic piece, the tank can crack. So it cracked, and we lost all the coolant. So fortunately, it's an easy fix, except for the fact that what time is it?
It is 7:10.
Okay, so it's 7:10. We got like an hour and 15 minutes of daylight. So somehow I have to magically, like I did 2 weeks ago with the starter, hustle. Well, the starter for this, hustle and get the radiator put in.
Let's go! You got this, baby.
Pray for us, please.
Pray for him.
Pray for me.
Here we are. Let's go get a radiator. Babe, you're wearing the perfect shirt for this. Race it, break it, fix it, repeat.
Yeah.
Let's go put a new radiator in the truck. Whoop, whoop. Baby, how you feeling? You ready to go get this radiator in?
Hell no. But I don't have a choice, right?
Fake it till you make it, baby.
Fake it till I make it.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm super excited that I get to change the radiator after work.
I'm super excited that it happened on payday. So we had the funds to get the radiator, even if that might not have been what it was planned for. At least we had it so we could get it so I can go to work tomorrow. Because I am supposed to be having an interview for a different position at my job and a different shift that will work better for us. So really don't want to miss that. Really don't want to take a point for not going in. So let's get this truck fixed. So fortunately, this little drive was right here where the truck started smoking like crazy. And I was able to just barely roll into here off this main road where people go 55 to 65 miles an hour. And, you know, I didn't know what was going on. Zion was freaking out because there was smoke coming in under, you know, inside by his feet. And he's like, Mom, why is there smoke? And I was already in the process of, you know, pulling over. But that kind of just escalated the situation in my mind a little bit.
Awesome.
So Micah's saying that we have a problem.
Mine's so glittery. Oh, mine's glittery.
We don't want to see that, apparently.
No, we don't.
Oh, yours is not glittery. Right, yours is not glittery.
Not at all.
Glitter, glitter, glitter. Everything is
That
fine.
is
Everything
not okay.
The crazy thing is, when I went out to tell this person that we were parked in their driveway,
I didn't want to.
he was like,
I
"Oh,
wanted
if your
sulfur.
radiator went out, you definitely blew your engine." And I was like, "No, it's fine. It's just the radiator's blown." And he was like, "Okay." Yeah. It's one of the times that I wish that I was wrong. Or no, I
Look at what I made.
wish that I was right. Be still, boy, so I can see it. Very colorful and beautiful. I love it.
That explains a lot.
I mean, it has been running pretty rocky, so.
Yep.
Mom, I think this is glass.
Yep.
Is it glass?
That explains a lot.
So what are you doing now?
This is the fan shroud, and I have to remove it so I can get the radiator out.
Well, do we need to change the radiator if the head has blown?
My mama.
Your radiator's
Why does
cracked.
it look like the car's farther?
Yes, I get that,
So
but
if we fix the radiator, it'll still drive the way it's been driving until it decides that it really wants to take a poop. So since you only drive it locally,
you're saying it will limp along for a little longer?
not normally. This is not all cars. Some vehicles. This one, these Fords, these 5.0s, for some reason, they can take an ass whooping. But when they go, they go.
So you think it still has something left in it?
I think that if we were making proper preparations to either have the head gasket replaced or the motor replaced, I think that would be a smart idea. As long as you're driving locally, then, you know, it's only from there to here. You're not fine, but if something happens, you're not in Fort Smith or in Russellville. You understand what I'm saying? Something's gonna happen. I don't know when.
You know how I feel about riding in
You
cars,
can't
though. We
predict it with
already
these
know
kind of
something's going to
situations.
happen.
It's unpredictable. Like a Honda, a D series. You could listen. You could drive them with no oil for a long time. But when it goes,
I know. I remember that.
So that's just
So my question is, though, does it make sense to put this $200 part in here if it's not going to work?
You talk about the allocation of resources towards something else other than the radio right now.
I'm just saying that if you cannot confidently say that I'm going to be able to drive this, I'd rather not put any money into it right now.
I can confidently say that if we replace the radiator, it will not drive any better or worse than what it's been driving.
You can confidently say that it won't drive worse.
Yeah. But it certainly will not drive better.
Well,
for all intents and purposes, here's the thing. So, okay. So here's the deal. Here's what my concern is. The white smoke was coming from here, but it was also coming from both sides of the engine block. So if you drive with a busted radiator, if you're out somewhere far from home, right, and if you're losing power but you drive it long enough, which doesn't take long, you'll blow the head gasket because the motor will get entirely too hot. What's the temperature gauge?
I was watching it.
It doesn't work, which means...
Well, it's on the side of the stuff that does work because it moves when it starts.
Listen to me. These head gaskets could have been going for a long time, even way before what's his name even had the truck. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm looking at is this particularly. So here's the thing. This fluid cycles through the motor. Okay? That means that's in the motor. So that means that if there was what looked like steam or water coming from back there on both sides of the engine block, then it's likely that
But I didn't see steam or water
I
coming
did.
from back there.
I did.
I saw steam and smoke. Well, I saw steam. It's under the car.
So I do not know what direction to go. I am not a certified mechanic. I am what you call a shade tree mechanic.
What's this say? Street mechanic?
Shade tree. Just a guy that knows enough that can fix stuff, but not enough to actually like rebuild a motor or something.
Daddy, where's the engine?
It's right there, silly.
That's the engine?
So, yes.
So those two need to connect?
Mm-hmm. So, realistically,
this is the engine.
if we put the radiator in, right, and it fires up and starts, then
we're good.
No.
You know it was dead when I stopped, right? Like,
That's what happened when they die, when they overheat.
okay.
It was overheating for a while. You drove it for a while. It got really hot.
I mean, I was watching the gauge, and
if the gauge worked, it would have been past red.
Every time I started, though, it would go to halfway.
It didn't move at all?
And it was barely over halfway this morning whenever I was telling you, hey, the truck kind of doesn't feel right, but, you know, I'm almost to work, so let me get to work. It was slightly over half. But then, like, the rest of my driving around this afternoon, it didn't go over half.
Yeah, it was lying. Because this thing cracked.
Mom, can I look in here?
No.
Right? It cracked on this road out here.
Mm-hmm.
Fully.
Mm-hmm.
It might have started the other day, right? But it fully busted.
I mean, like I said, it seemed smoky this morning, but I couldn't really tell because it was raining. And
well, look, I mean, you got to think about it. The length of this crack is, so it could have been a pin-sized hole here, is where it started, and then the more you drove it, and the more fluid came out, the hotter it got, which caused the rest of that crack to open up.
Yeah.
Which is what's stupid about these plastic ass parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we can definitely replace it.
Kieran, please stop.
I am not confident that, let me see. Is that from the back or the front? I'm not confident that, oh, that's cool. That's easy. Yeah, I can get it out. I'm just not confident that it's gonna fix the problem. I think I should call bro.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll answer.
So, Micah's on the phone with one of his best buds back home, who is a car guy, and he's getting all the advice and tips and everything. And I'll just say that this is one of the homesteading parts that you don't always see and you don't always think about, and it can be really, really stressful. Like, it's really important that we both get to work tomorrow. I have an interview, and I really can't afford to take any more points if I'm going to get this shift transfer and this, promotion that I'm hoping for. And, this is Micah's first full week at work, so he really can't miss a day already. He already has to take a day off to get our perk test done next week. So, just, having faith that everything is going to work out. Yes, we saw it. Yeah, look at Zion. Look how beautiful he is. And look at his beautiful leaf. That's beautiful, Zion. Look at that beautiful boy. So, love you too, baby. So, yeah, just knowing that, I got it, baby. That everything is going to work out. And if it doesn't work out, then we'll figure out a plan B or plan C or whatever, because that's just what we do. So, just say a prayer for us that we'll get everything figured out, get things adjusted and, whatnot to figure out what we need to do to get things rolling and, still have 2 vehicles to get where we need to go. All right, so just ran home, got a big jug of water. Micah's buddy said to do a coolant flush and fill the radiator with water and drive home and turn the car off. And then replace the radiator, so I got a big jug of water. Why is the goat on top of the picnic table? Farm life. Sorry, I just little rascal. So yeah, we're gonna run back to town real quick, get some coolant flush, go back to the truck, put it in, and then try to get the truck the rest of the way home. So fingers crossed. So Micah got the radiator flush, put it into the truck, he topped it off with water, and then I backed out and blocked the road with my flashers on because it was a tight curve. People come around the corner really fast. As you can see, Kingsley's holding the camera while I'm driving, and Micah is just flooring it to get home, even though it's only like a mile or two, but we weren't sure how well the truck was going to hold up. And as soon as we pulled in the driveway, it started smoking again. So fortunately, we got home without having to tow it.
Between me and you, look, I know, like, because of, I know that because of a certain chemical in my body, particularly in my skin, that, like, you know, I don't burn, and, you know, the body absorbs the heat and turns it into energy. It's just all sciencey stuff. Like, it's really cool, but it's still hot. That's all. I just wanted to complain to y'all. Not only complain, but just, I use a different word. Y'all could use your imaginations. So y'all might be wondering, what am I wrenching on? So I believe this F-150 uses the radiator as a radiator and an air conditioning condenser. Only reason why I think that is because the AC lines are going into the radiator. You know? So I gotta screw those out. There's one at the top, one at the bottom. I don't see an AC condenser. I do see an oil cooler. I believe an oil cooler of some type. In under the crash bar, well, behind the crash bar. But so that's what's taking so long. I know some of y'all are like, aren't there just two hoses? Yeah. Normally, yes, yeah. But I guess Ford decided to be a little fancy, and this is a '96. So I know I say use your imagination a lot, but you can use your imagination how rusty these the threads are on the ends of these AC lines. Okay. I want to give a shout out to my brother Josh Morrill. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know how to do none of this like I do. Thank you. The amount of money that you have saved us Thank you. All right, so I have to go get 2 fittings. So I made a comment earlier about the AC condenser. That was wrong. It's for the radiator. So anyway, I have to go get the fittings so I can put them in the new radiator, and then I can drop the new radiator in, hook everything up, fill it up with some fluid, and we should be good to go. Yeah, so be right back. So something told me to check the box. A little bit of a little bit of experience. I'm glad I did, because that would have been a ride that I would have been cussing myself the whole way back.
I know y'all are getting tired of hearing Micah's voice, so I'm gonna pop on here for a minute. But one thing I love about where we live is that our neighbors are all really helpful and kind, and that's just an amazing thing whenever you're not used to really having that. So as you can see, multiple neighbors come by while we're working on this. Micah was out there for, it was definitely more than 3 hours. It's probably closer to like 5 hours, not counting breaks and stuff. But one neighbor came over and offered to come help push down our burn pile, which is mostly really rich dirt that I'm really excited to hopefully put the garden there next spring. But he came over and talked about some water issues and the burn pile and asked if we wanted his help with that. And then he came back with his tractor and he leveled that out for us. And then another neighbor came over. They were getting ready to go on a bike ride, just talking about the car, and their kids were over there playing. And they said, hey, why don't y'all go down and swim? So I took the kids, took the kids down to swim for an hour or so, because I'm telling you, it was hot. Zion was just laying in the water line of like orange mud water with only like his face out of the water. I was like, let's go swim in the pool. That might be slightly better. Not that I care if they play in the water line, but I was hot too and I was not getting in the water line. So I took the kids down for an hour or so to swim. Micah kept working on the truck, and yeah, so that's pretty much how that went. And Mike will continue with more commentary of what he is working on.
So, radiator's in. Hooray. I finally got the right fittings for the AC lines. In the box from O'Reilly's were some brass fittings, which are not the best. They're the cheaper ones. Fortunately, they had some steel ones. Fantastic. And that wasp is annoying. So now I just have to figure out, well, what I'm going to do is, instead of being like super complicated with it, I'm going to drill 2 holes in the fan shroud itself, and then I'm going to zip tie the fan shroud up, so when the vehicle starts and the fan spins, it does not hit the fan shroud. And then I'm going to fill it with coolant, antifreeze, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, man. And then we're done. That'll be the end of this portion of the day. Far from the end of the day. I'm going to say that. I still have a lot of stuff going on. So we let the pit bull. Oh, the truck's done. I just gotta put coolant in it, and it's good to go. But anyway, so we let the pit bulls run loose, and you know, the water line that Wiley dug for us is full of water, so they use that as a personal watering hole. So for the last half hour, they've been zooming back and forth, zoom, 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 in and out the water. They love it. That's great, right? Except my two, Shadow and Callie, ventured across the easement onto our other parcel where the chickens are. And well, as you will see in a later video, Daddy has upgraded the grounding rod for the electric netting. And, you know, Shadow stays by Daddy because that's Daddy's dog. She stays by Daddy. But Callie, she kind of ventured over. And we have a chicken, a hen, that's out right now. And I was like, nope, I do not want to allow Callie to lay eyes on that free bird because then I'm going to have to save the chicken, which means probably tackling Callie. Well, she decided that I'm going to touch the netting. And she kind of pranced around, and, you know, we put the netting behind the coop as well to cover all four sides. But there's space where you can walk. You will likely hit the netting if you don't cut it off. But anyway, so she went behind the coop, not a sound. She came back around, did all that without hitting the netting, which is like kind of a miracle. She kept pushing the boundaries on the side, and sure enough, as soon as she touched it, these are pit bulls. Their pain tolerance is exceptional. Let me tell you, that fence hit that sensitive nose of hers. She wouldn't come to me. It's like she knew I did. She ain't go. She ran so fast. She not gonna touch that net again. I wish I had it on recording. It's doing its job. Yo, oh my. Yo, life is beautiful and hilarious and everything. I think it's all a matter of perspective, right? There are some people that endure great traumas and find amazing, miraculous ways to overcome. And there are some people that just let things just beat them and beat them and beat them and beat them. I think that net beat Callie. I have a feeling she won't be going nowhere near that netting again. Oh, speaking of Callie, look, let's see. Look, let's watch. Can we see? There's Cammy. There's Mommy. Let me see. Venom's behind her. I guess she's going to feed. Who's this? So we got Cammy and Shadow, but no Callie. I'm sorry. I love my life. This is funny. So after maybe like 3 hours or so, I'm ashamed to say that. After 3 hours, she is running. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but she's running. Coolant is now in the system, circulating wonderfully. She's idling quite nice. So I'm gonna just back it out, take it up and down the easement, make sure she's doing her thing, and we back at it. Thankfully, this was not a how-to video. This is just, you know, a day in the life of self-sufficiency. You know, not going to a mechanic, we'll figure it out. There's a bunch of resources around us to work things out, and we are extremely fortunate. I'm thankful. Based off of this smile, you wouldn't know. She was just cussing me out.
You're the one. That was all you. I just agreed with you.
All right, anyway. So this Saturday has been busy and long so far, hasn't it?
And hot.
Oh, toasted. So today we got the truck fixed. We got one of our hens put back, which was kind of tough because she was a renegade. What did you say?
Well, until she saw Mom with the food, and then she was like,
Yes, but prior to that happening, she wandered across the easement towards the house, and we had put Callie up. She had a little infraction, so she got put back on the lead, but we still had Shadow and Cammy out running about. Princess and Venom don't really mess with the chickens, right? I guess that's in their DNA.
they know better. Well, and plus, Venom got shocked by the fence, and I think he thinks the chicken did it, so.
You got hit with the fence after?
No, it's been
the first time.
It was the light, yeah.
Oh yeah, so he got hit with the light jolt. Now, but anyway, so yeah, the chicken came across the road and was walking towards the house, and Cammy and Callie were out in their pit bulls, and they are not livestock guardian dogs. They are people guardian dogs.
So they're like, oh, attack chicken! Arr!
Yeah.
But thank goodness she was fast for having little legs.
Yeah, she was fast. I don't know how she got away. She flew like 3 or 4 times because the dogs, particularly Cammy, was on her butt. Let me tell you. But she got away, and then Mommy came around and put the dogs up, and then got the chicken put away. So that was a little bit exciting. I got to. Oh yeah, y'all saw me laughing about Callie hitting the fence. Boy,
Poor baby.
what? Look, them pit
Yeah,
bulls.
even Kit Kat feels bad for her. Well, that was pre-karma for how she was treating poor Venom, so.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, so she had a little incident with Venom. Poor Venom. Callie showed her like FAFO, and he found out, and so that was her infraction. So she's put in time out. So now that the truck is fixed and running, thanks to Daddy. So now I'm looking at the electrical box, trying to figure out how to get that sorted out so we can get it put on the pole. Because as soon as that's done, inspection, power, good to go. Oh, but boy, the drama continues. So I want to show y'all what we're working with.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right, hold on. All right, so there's a plus and a minus to buying things secondhand, right? And we try to be resourceful and to source things that people are discarding, whatever, so we can repurpose it. Sometimes that bites you in the butt, though. I'm pretty sure if you ask any homesteader or anybody trying to save money, buying stuff secondhand can be tricky, especially vehicles. Ain't that right, babe? Especially vehicles. But anyway, so we had to remedy the issue. In order to get this inspected, it has to be airtight, well, watertight rather. So this was the first issue. We had to replace this, right? Which we went to Ace Hardware and we got another one, and that's all good, right? So we'll get that replaced somehow, some way. But Daddy said, you know what? I want to remove the wires from the box to make it easier to install, and then also to make this coupler easier to replace. And when I opened up the box, I don't know what this part is called right here, but it was cracked on both sides. I'd imagine Liz and I would not have known what we were looking at when we purchased it. We would have seen it together and been like, bet, which was what I'm sure Liz did, because I would have done the same thing. But when I went to go take it apart, I saw that it was cracked on both sides. I tried to use my other hand to put pressure on it to keep it from moving. That did not work, and it snapped right off. So when I said the drama continues, that's what I meant. Like, we'll get it put up tonight, and it'll be on the pole, but we cannot finish it until we get that replaced.
You think it's a good idea to put it up before we have all the right pieces?
Yeah, so the only thing that's holding this down is 2 screws. There's one in here and one in here. All right. So once we get this unhooked right here, which I have the hex for, pull that out and get this replaced, and then we'll put it back in. It's only 2 screws.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not super difficult. I don't imagine it would be, but with this not being brand new and everything sitting over time, weather, whatever, the screws could be very tight, so that could be a potential issue. But it's been covered most of the time, so unless they Loctited the screws, hopefully we should be okay.
Okay.
Hopefully. Fingers and toes crossed. So the journey continues. See y'all later. Woo! All right, what's up, y'all? Um, it's wet outside right now. I don't know if y'all can hear rain in the background, but it is raining pretty heavy. Just want to give y'all a weekend recap. I hope y'all had a great weekend. We did. We got a lot done. Today's Sunday. We're just getting home from hanging out with the family. So we were celebrating the birthday of our now 5-year-old Kieran, and Jen and Wiley, their now 9-year-old. She just turned 9, right? 9-year-old Lily. Um, that was fun. It was unexpected fun. We went to the lake, had a great time. Kids swam, dove off the dock. It was a good time. Some good food. Liz made some barbecue pulled chicken, which was delicious. So I'd say we had a pretty good weekend. But just to give you all a recap, so truck is fixed. Yeah. Power pole did the poles up. The box and the breaker box and the meter box did not get put up. We found that piece that y'all saw previously that was broken, and we decided to seek counsel as this is the first time we ventured down that road, and it looks like we'll be replacing the box. So another delay, not really that big of a deal, but something that we didn't expect, but we were told that it's a good thing that we caught it before we put the box up and ran power through it. So that's exciting. I think that would have saved us some problems down the road. So we'll make sure we get the right stuff. We'll make sure we get it hooked up, and then we should have power shortly. So power and water are being worked on actively. We just had these little speed bumps that we have to overcome. So the birthday party was great. Everything went fantastic, and now we're back home and getting ready for the week. And it should be interesting as it always is. So we really appreciate you guys subscribing. You guys have been amazing. We love all the comments. We thank you for all of that. Yeah, man, thank you. So I hope you have a great weekend. Have a great start to your week. Stay positive, and we'll see you on the live tomorrow at 7. All right, y'all have a great night.